Hello, good evening to you and welcome to Business. Now, government has reached out to a Singaporean architect and planner, Dr. Liu Tai Ke, to help redevelop Accra into a modern city as part of its transformation agenda. After receiving Dr. Liu in the country on Friday, Senior Minister Yao Safomafo tells Joy Business Ghana may sign an agreement with the planner soon for work to begin by next year. Ebenezer Sabuti has more in this report.
In February this year, officials from the Ministry of Finance met with Singaporean architect Dr. Liu Tai Ke for plans to redevelop the capital city Accra. After the deliberation, both parties expressed interest in working together for the reshaping of a modern city. According to Senior Minister Yao Safomafo, the development will be based on infrastructure availability. He said congestion in the city has contributed to the slow growth of the economy.
When you have physical planning, it reduces the cost of even doing business in the city. Now, the type of traffic jam we have in Accra, sometimes we are worried about the time it takes. But what should be worrying to most of you is the foreign exchange we lose through crude oil use. If it's going to take you 1 hour to get to a place you can do in 10 minutes, you are burning fuel how many times more? 10 minutes and 60 minutes. Isn't it? So it's important to make sure that the city operates efficiently. And it does because there is this special planning.
Singaporean architect Dr. Liu Tai Ke said a well-planned city has great benefits.
The most important planning job for Ghana should be to plan your capital city, Accra. And so that's why that's intention of my coming here, to understand Accra. But in the last 2 days, after listening to many ministers, deputy ministers, and so on, I think I'm persuaded by them that we should not plan just Accra. We should plan Accra and the immediate surrounding township in order to slow down the rural-urban migration. Because if you plan only Accra and make Accra so attractive and the surrounding township not improving its condition, then there'll be a bigger rush to come to Accra. That's not necessarily good for everybody. So the likelihood is that I may be planning Accra plus the immediate surrounding township.
Dr. Liu is expected to have a meeting with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and some local authorities, after which an agreement will be signed with government.
President of U.S. Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Florence Thorson Hart, is touting the significant economic strength of women in national development. She notes that women will in a few years to come wield substantial wealth and make decisions to propel the new economic reality. Florence Thorson Hart, who also leads a wealth management team at international investment firm in the U.S., Merrill Lynch, was sharing her thoughts at a networking session ahead of the maiden Global Women's Professional and Business Exchange Conference, which comes off in Accra on Saturday, October 6.
Now everybody talks about helping women, and I think that there comes a time when women have to get together and help ourselves. And so the conference is designed to put women in the same room. Let's talk about moving our business together. So the slogan of the conference is moving forward together. And we are a powerful economic force now and growing. In another couple of years, we are going to control so much wealth and make a lot of decisions, financial decisions. And so I think that we have to come together and get ahead of what is coming, right? And make sure that we are prepared and are able to maximize this new economic reality that women are going to have to contend with. One of the things that we are going to talk about at the conference is how to tap into the opportunities that are available in the informal sector. A lot of women work in the informal sector too, and there are lots of business opportunities that are available there that doesn't get talked about a lot. And so one of the things we're doing is to identify, discuss, and make sure that people look at the formal sector investments and the informal sector investments too. We also want to make sure that we have to get to the point where we are sort of like talking to each other. Why is it that if I am an executive in a company, do I feel a responsibility to make sure that I at least groom another female, accomplished female, to do what I do and maybe take it to the next level? If you are not doing that, why not? So these are things that we need to talk about. We all want to do great things. For whatever reason, what we want and what the reality is not necessarily the same.
All right, so Head of Business Programming here at Multimedia, Emma Morrison, will also be speaking at the conference tomorrow. Now, Agric Minister Dr. Owusu-Efik-Yakoto says government will in the coming days be embarking on a program to grow and export coffee as a commercial crop. Government says it has committed 50 million cedis towards this project. This was made known at the Ghana Coffee Conference here in Accra, which saw stakeholders within the coffee value chain deliberate on ways of making Ghana a leading producer of coffee in the world.
The maiden edition of the Coffee Conference has been described as timely, especially when Ghana is documented to be losing billions of dollars for not investing in this enterprise. According to the Greek minister, government has pooled the needed resources to begin large-scale cultivation of coffee under the Planting for Exports and Rural Development project.
Côte d'Ivoire, which is next door to us, is doing at its peak 350,000 metric tons of coffee. I used to come to Côte d'Ivoire in the 70s and 80s when I worked with the International Coffee Organization, because it was a major, and it's still a major producer of coffee. And Ghana cannot even account for 10,000. And I don't even think 5,000 tons. So it shows you the kind of potential this country has. So the effort of the government in trying to develop the coffee industry is coinciding with the effort of the organizers of today's conference to put coffee on the map.
President of the Coffee Federation of Ghana, Chief Nat Ebo Nsako, expressed confidence in the project. He says global investors are already on standby to cash into the new coffee enterprise by government.
It is sad to know that in the face of Ghana's great potential to rank as one of the world's leading producers due to factors I just mentioned above, coffee's share of Ghana's GDP stood at a paltry 0.12 in 2015. It is sad also that Ghanaian youth remain unemployed in the face of the great potential coffee provides. It is equally sad that the economy of Ghana continues to overly depend on Ghana's age-old cash crop cocoa, when coffee could boost the economy just as much as cocoa has done over the years. Currently, farmers are lamenting that many of their cocoa trees are over 60 years, with some being as old as 100 years. Cocoa has made amazing contributions to Ghana's economy, no doubt about that. It is time we make effort to add other cash crops to support the exploits of cocoa in putting Ghana on the international agro map again.
The commodity, apart from having the potential to rake in more revenue to shore up the $2 billion cocoa generates annually, could also create more than 500,000 jobs in the Ghanaian economy. Industry experts say the commodity, especially the Robusta coffee, which could perform faster in Ghana due to its adaptability to various temperatures, and could be one of Ghana's export commodities apart from cocoa.
And that's business on Joy News Prime. Many thanks for watching. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Riafi. Have a great weekend.